Good morning. We are in Bozeman, about to take our first of 2 planes today over to Houston. And then in 48 hours, we're getting on our first cruise together. And my first cruise in like 3 years. It's about time.
Alaska Airlines is in the final boarding process for flight number 1339 with service to Denver. If you are a ticketed and confirmed passenger, please make your way.
We are boarding. It's an Embraer, I think it's called, but we're doing Alaska premium class for the first time, which would be really cool to see. I think the seats are a little better.
They almost had USC. Hello, how are you?
Okay, these seats are basically the same as regular economy. They have a different color thing right here, but other than that, they're the same size. Only 2 people in a row though, so it's not bad.
All exits are marked with red and white signs, and in the dark cabin, floor level lighting will mark the route to the exit.
We're trying the Wheels Up, which is seltzer, gin, and this grapefruit. Smells good. We made it to Seattle. Our flight was on time. Like, I think we actually took off at the very minute we were supposed to, 1:05, and now we went back an hour so that we can get on a plane and go forward 2 hours. It's 1:45, so our next plane takes off at 5:40. We're gonna go to the United Lounge and spend our time there. We should be in Texas at midnight tonight. We reserved a lift that I got a confirmation for 1 week ago, because that's as early as you can book it. And in that time, I have had 4 new confirmations of drivers, so I'm hoping someone actually shows up to get us tonight.
Hi.
So the cocktail, first of all, our flight attendant had never even heard of the Wheels Up, which is supposedly the signature drink on Alaska. When I said we'll try the Wheels Up, she was like, "Is that the gin thing?" Anyway, so she gave us the thing,
About it.
and it was actually surprisingly good considering it's gin, seltzer, and then 2 little packets of grapefruit.
Gin and Fresca's better.
Well, we get to the end of it, all of a sudden, John's legs shoot straight out in front of him, and he starts vibrating in his chair. I hadn't finished mine yet. So I didn't know why he was making this face. This grapefruit, whatever it is, settled at the bottom, and so you have this final sip that is the most tart thing you've ever drank in your life. So it was really funny. We were both laughing so hard we're crying.
Okay.
Okay. Gummy bears. I have not seen gummy bears in a lounge. That's hilarious. We're having salads from the salad station.
This is very clearly staple here, And Miss Rule Follower here has not read this.
No, I have experience.
It says, did you cut it? It says fold, do not cut. Did you fold it?
Yes,
Did
I
you
always
cut it?
fold them.
Okay, and you think
Because
that's
who
gonna...
travels with scissors? Fold until it's just this strip
Right.
showing.
And then you fold it over
fold
and
it in
staple
half
twice.
and put it in your luggage tag holder,
No, you just staple
which is
it
a
on.
wire thing attached to your luggage. Okay, we're making a bet. John believes that we can... Do we have a stapler at home?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, apparently this luggage tag says on it to staple to your bag, not put it in a luggage tag holder. He's convinced that will work. I don't believe it will make it to our room with the bag tag still attached.
We're a rule
If
follower.
it even makes it to our room. And we've packed everything into one piece of luggage. Yeah, we'll see. How much are we betting?
I don't know. We're betting.
We're
whether-
betting our formal night outfits.
That's right.
We got a notification that our flight has been delayed by 45 minutes. But I also, when we were eating our salads we kind of sat in the bar dining area when we first got here, and a lady came in and ordered a sugar-free Red Bull, and they didn't charge her for it. So I saw on the menu, these are included. I don't know why that is so surprising to me, but the espresso machine in here is broken. So I was able to go and get the sugar-free Red Bull, and we're gonna get another, maybe 2 of them before we leave, because we already were not scheduled to land back in Houston until midnight, and now it's 12:45. The other thing is that I mentioned earlier, we had pre-booked a Lyft to pick us up around 12:20, and now I had to delay it by 30 minutes. The price actually went down $2, so hopefully that works out. Either way, sugar-free Red Bull is gonna keep us going. And John's playing Osmos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching YouTube. I'm actually watching Lyft drivers on YouTube because I'm trying to figure out if it's evil to book a ride at that time. I mean, I feel bad, but at the same time, that's like, I would think target audience, airport people needing a ride. It's just a really inconvenient hour. We haven't been at our house in 10 full months. Like tonight, we're gonna be seeing the house for the first time since December when we left. But my car, as far as we know, is not starting. And so John ordered a charger, or basically a separate battery. So
jump starter.
jump starter. But you said we have to charge it first.
Yeah, because you have to use you can't use house current, like line voltage, to jumpstart a battery. It's too much current. So you have to use a battery to jumpstart a battery.
We needed one anyway because our lawnmower and our golf cart usually, or does the golf cart ever get jumped? No, it just needs the things
entirely
clean.
battery. Yeah, it's just battery.
Anyway, the lawnmower usually needs to be jumped, and we always would do that with John's Jeep. But if we have this secondary battery thing, we can do it without an actual car.
Oh, you missed it.
Sorry.
That was the congratulations.
Oh, I
to
saw you
complete
won.
all known levels.
All known levels?
Oh, yeah, I've beaten this multiple times.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
I'm kind of good at it.
So we get home, well, we'll get to the airport, which is about an hour from our house, around 12:30, and then we're gonna get home, hopefully before 2 a.m. John's going to, okay, we have to get into the house using a key, which sounds pretty standard, but we have a thing on our phone where we can normally just say unlock and everything unlocks and the lights come on.
We haven't been there in 10 months.
But
so
since
the
we haven't been there
battery's
in 10 months, like the deadbolt might have bugs in it. We don't really know what's going on, but we don't think that the unlock is going to work. So we have to use our bully thingy.
dead. No, it's just a lock. It's a key. We call it a key.
Okay, well, it's a weird key.
It's a key.
Okay, bully.
Bully lock.
Yeah,
And
it's a bully
is
lock.
the company.
And it's not just a key for anyone other than John. It's
It's
not.
a key. It's absolutely just a key. It's just
If he wasn't there with me, there's a good chance I'd be sleeping in my car because I can't. You have to put it in, drop it, turn it, flip it.
Yeah, we have no interest in bully lock, but we have 3 of them, 4 of them.
Anyway,
5 of them.
I've never had to actually use it
Lock
because
picking while
the
you're
computer,
can't pick them. That was good enough for me.
the computer usually does all the work. So if I can just hit unlock on my phone, the door unlocks, and I never have to use this really complicated key system. So thank God he'll be
It's
there
a
because
very
he can.
non-standard lock,
Yeah, he can
but
open.
it looks normal.
He'll open the door and then plug in the car charger thing, and then replace the battery in the deadbolt. So then tomorrow, which is Sunday, the day before we board the ship, we're going to jump my car, fill the tank. Anyway, it's just, we have a lot of like housekeeping tasks to do. And then John has his suit for formal night at his mom's house. So we're gonna drive there, get his stuff, and then hopefully be back so we can watch the sunset at our pond, which we love. Like before we left town, that's what we did every night, and we haven't been able to do that since last December. Well, November. Anyway, Monday morning we'll drive from our house to the port in Galveston. They have built this whole new terminal to accommodate the Allure of the Seas coming to town, and I don't believe it's fully functional yet. So it is October. We have a cruise on Monday, and then we have another cruise in November leaving out of the same port, and I believe that the port is going to transform like incredibly in the next month. So I'm really excited to see how the process works tomorrow or on Monday, and then compare it on November 10th when we get on to Adventure of the Seas. It's probably going to be a skip of time between this flight and when we're at the terminal, because you're not going to care to see the car jumping and all that stuff. But fingers crossed we actually make it to the cruise by 10 a.m. on Monday. So we're in the same premium seating on the next flight, and it's a 4.5 hour flight before we get to Texas. Our plane boards in 30 minutes, knock on wood. We had purchased these premium seats on Alaska, which are the same seats that you would have in economy, but you get priority boarding and free drinks. You still have to pay if you want a meal or anything. The way that they're configured is a 3-person row, and so John and I had the choice of being in the aisle and the window, or doing like him in the window and me in the middle. And I'm sorry, just I don't even want to get started on the fact that airlines are charging premium pricing on middle seats at any location in the plane. Like, it's not a premium seat, it's the freaking middle. Anyway, we left it open. There were 10 people waiting for seats. Alaska offers these flights called saver fares, where you just buy a ticket and you're not assigned a seat until you're at the gate. And we had 10 people on this list for our flight, and 11 seats available, including the one right between us. They have all been assigned seats at this point, and our middle chair is the only one that hasn't been designated for one of those people. So as it stands, we will have our own row with a middle seat open between us, and it's like a miracle. We got really lucky, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Thank you. Terminal. This was our first time in the United Lounge in Seattle for both of us, and Alaska has 3 lounges in this airport. The United Lounge is very small and not busy. I mean, I'm partial to Alaska Airlines, so I want to say that people just are in the Alaska Lounge here, but so Denver is a hub. That's why it's so busy when we go there to the United, because the last couple of times that we went to the Denver United
like 3
Club,
of them there too.
Yeah, there were 3 of them, and they were all extremely busy with signage at the front saying that no day passes were being accepted. And I know that the Alaska Lounge here doesn't allow any day pass, even to purchase them for the day that you're flying. You just can't do that. It was so quiet and peaceful in there, and did not feel like SeaTac. Even with 3 lounges, Alaska lounges always feel kind of chaotic. So that was surprising. They have these boxes. They're called like personal office spaces. So you can go in there and I guess you must have to pay to use it. But like that one is occupied. You can sit in there and it's a quiet place to have a meeting or a phone call. We may stop at this Swarovski store. We're about 20 minutes before boarding. We're about to get on. They closed down the seating assignment, so we can't tell for sure, but I think we got our whole row. I think these seats might be better and larger than the ones. Well, I mean, they're definitely larger than the last plane. So we were on an Embraer or whatever it's called, and now we're on a 7 something big. But yeah, it's good. And so far,
with attached keyboards should be placed completely under the seat in front of you or overhead. Smaller devices should be unplugged from seat power and held at this time. If you are seated in an exit row, ensure window shades are open.
can they order 2 plates? Our driver is going to be here in 5 minutes, and we're sitting waiting for 2 American Airlines planes to get out of the way so we can pull up. The door to get out of this is closed. And our driver got here early, and then they put us on an 8-minute timer from when he arrived for him to leave. Hopefully he waits, because I told him we'll tip him extra since we're late. First of all, the plane couldn't park, and then they didn't even open the little walkway thing so we could get off the plane. Everybody was lined up on the gangway saying, the door's closed. It is 2:02 in the morning. We made it home for the first time in 10 months. John's opening our lock with his funny key. 2 in the morning, so we have a big day tomorrow. We have to get stuff done, and then we will see you on Monday for cruise day for the first time in 3 years.